Good morning and welcome back to my channel, Career Masterclass 101. Today, I'm going to be talking about transitioning from whatever field you have today into IT. Transitioning from maybe a medical doctor, maybe a banker, maybe whatever you do today, maybe a teacher, maybe a religious person into IT, information technology. For me, when you want to transition into tech or IT, there must be reasons why you need to transition. But I would like to mention some of the reasons why you might want to consider transitioning to technology. Number one, tech is an in-demand field. There are veritable jobs out there within technology. And that's number one reason why I think some people should transition to IT. Various jobs, veritable jobs, different kind of job areas that you could venture into in IT. Number two reason why I think people may want to venture into IT or why you should venture into IT is because the work about IT is stimulating and challenging. It's a work that gives you opportunity to use your brain in an in-depth manner. It could be very challenging. Sometimes you will try to solve a problem and you won't be able to finish solving it. And then you will just go to bed and wake up at the midnight and you got some stimulants in your body, wakes you up and tell you this is the solution and just begin to solve it. So it's stimulating and it's challenging. And to crown it off, number three is high salaries. Jobs in IT pays much more than other jobs in other areas, in other field of endeavor. So when you look at those three things, I think it's worth it to make an attempt to transition to IT if you have the requisite ability and inherent trait to transition into IT, which I've mentioned in the past and I'll mention some this morning. Please, there is a myth about IT that people usually talk about. For me, it's a myth. It's not true. That you have to have an IT degree before you venture into IT. That is incorrect. I have an IT degree. It's really helped me. But you don't necessarily need a tech degree to transition into tech career. You could transition from any degree into tech career. It's your interest. It's your readiness to learn, readiness to study, readiness to work hard that is very important. As a matter of fact, many companies are looking out not for the degree, but for the experience that you have. Like I said, in time past, I have friends who read English as an art subject. Some read banking and finance, some read fintech, finances, some read economics, and they are in IT today. So you do not need a tech degree to transition to tech career. So I need you to understand that, right? Now, how do you transition to a tech career? There are several things you must do to transition to a tech career. And I'm going to give us in terms of the steps we should take. Step number one, transitioning means change. So you must prepare for the change. Changing from one career to another career is a lot. So you need to prepare for the change. And there are signs that you must watch out for that shows that you are ready for the change. For example, you are already getting tired of the work you do. Your current career is becoming monotonous to you. You don't feel excited. Then maybe IT will be the in thing for you. Because in IT, there is no dull time. There is always excitement. Projects upon projects will always be coming up. So if you begin to feel monotonous in your work, those are signs you begin to look out for, and you know that you need to transition. If you begin to feel not fulfilled in the job that you do, those are signs that you need to look out for to know that it's time for you to move to your next career. Or maybe you feel that your career is not paying you well enough, or your career is not meeting your needs enough. Maybe it's time to pivot into tech. Number two, you need to reflect on why you want to change your career. It's not a case of just saying you've seen the signs, then you also need to reflect. Okay, I want to change my career. Why? I mentioned three reasons. You need to identify what is your own reason. Is it because of salaries? You want to get something better? Is it because you feel that your job is monotonous? You want to get something greater? You need to reflect on that. And then Once you make that reflection and you agree that you need to change into IT, you need to be aware of imposter syndrome. Oh, it's very hard to get into IT. Don't let anybody tell you that. It's easy to get into IT if you are willing to put in the work. Make sure anxiety and self doubt aren't the things holding you back. Technical skills are not difficult to master as they seems to appear. They are not very difficult. When you start out, it may look very hard. It looks, can I do this? But I tell you, consistency. If you are consistent, if you are able to do it, after a while, you realize that it's very easy. It's just that, just the same way you look into mathematics and you feel you are not, I mean, it's a bit hard. And after some time, when you put interest in it, you're able to crack it. That is very important. So, having a technical skill is not a very hard thing to do. You just need to be consistent with it. You just need to start. When you start, you'll be able to cross it. Then, another thing you need to do to prepare for your change is don't quit your job immediately. You need to continue to do your job that you're currently doing while you are also trying to get a new career because you need to do something. So don't quit your job yet. Keep your job, keep going to the work, yes, it's monotonous, it's not more interesting, keep doing it while you are building what you need to build on the background to get into your career. So you need to keep your job. You need to keep it. Now that's step one. Step one, like I said, prepare for the change. That's how you prepare for this transition into career, tech career. Now, number two, you've got to research jobs in technology. It's very important that you research job in technology. You need to know what the jobs are available. You need to know the type of jobs that are available. And I can tell you, when you learn about the different types of technology jobs, you will know where to pivot. So we have two types. We have the technical jobs within technology, tech career, and we have non-technical jobs. So technical jobs are positions where you'll be required to code or use a technical or analytical mindset to solve difficult problems. Those are technical jobs. You might be required to code. You might be required to use your technical mindset or analytical mindset to solve problems. Those are technical jobs. I mean, this type of job may include web developer, I've mentioned in the past, mobile app developer, hardware engineer, embedded engineers, and the likes. I mean, like maybe QA engineer, scripting and all of that. And DevOps engineer who are going to be writing script to be able to deploy infrastructure as code and all of that. And it can be data engineer. We're going to be writing different kind of DB scripts, different kind of scripts to be able to undo cloud databases, on-prem databases, and all of that. And we also have non-technical jobs, where you're going to be looking people, technical writers, product managers, product owners, jobs like that, business. I mean, it could be technical sales executives, where you go out there. Those non-technical. I mean, they have some technical bit, but they are not solely technical. So when you have those understanding of these two types of jobs, then you look at yourself. Where will I really do well? For example, you've been a sales engine, a salesperson for a while. When you want to transfer into IT, you could come into technical sales. Maybe you've been an HR person for a while, and you've been managing people, managing recruitment, managing that, managing salaries, and you come into IT, you could be a product owner. But eventually you get into an HR product company, and you can be a product owner because you understand the subject matter expert area for that product. So those are examples of how you can transition. And maybe you're someone you work with in other fields, maybe in science, maybe lecturer. You work like a lecturer. You've lecture people. For example, you've done statistics. You understand statistics. You could break down mathematics. You could do all of that. You can transition into computers, into programming, because you already have a mind of analyzing big data, analyzing trends, and all of that, and working on complex things that are not pragmatic. All right. So it's very important for you to research into those that tech jobs. It's very important. And then finally, you need to understand job descriptions. You need to look at, okay, what are these jobs that is available? What are the descriptions of this job, and what are the responsibilities that you will be involved in? So you need to look at those jobs you find online, like I've mentioned, developer, product owner, product manager, project manager, and all of that. Once you find out about those jobs, you need to now check online. What are their job descriptions? What are their job responsibilities? That will determine how far you can go. When you understand that, then you research into the technology jobs. So after that, the next thing you need to do, step three, is you need to choose a career. Now you understand all of the job. You now need to pick which career you want to go into. I can tell you there are dozens of jobs out there in the technology area. In that technology sector, there are thousands of jobs, dozens, of jobs, some of which do not even require any coding. That's the truth, like I said. So you need to choose one of them. Are you choosing a web developer? Web developers are responsible for creating and updating websites based on requirements. To create website, they update website. And websites doesn't mean just a static website. It could be a portal where you go, people go and register, people go and validate things, people go and self-service to be able to achieve things. For example, going to a LinkedIn. The LinkedIn is a website, but it's also a self-service website where you go there and build things. So there are web developers that are working on with LinkedIn. We have the people who are working on the front end. We call them front end developers. We have the US designers who make sure it looks very beautiful. We have the back end developers who are the guys working on the back end, making sure whatever happens on the front end can be stored in a database. There could be logic at the back end that's able to mix things together. When you send a notification on your LinkedIn account, it's to your guys, to your friends to see what your new post. There's guys working at the back end to make sure they route it to the different servers and it's able to get it available for the front end of other guys somewhere, and the front end is able to pick it and display it to other people. So they work hand in hand. So we have web developers. We also have data scientists. Data scientist is someone who gathers and processes data to solve a particular problem. They gather data to solve a particular problem. They're data scientists. We also have data engineers, data scientists, data engineers, and all of that. We have mobile app developers. They build mobile apps. They build mobile apps. They create functional apps for people to use. Your Facebook mobile, your Instagram, your your WhatsApp, your all those kind of applications, your banking applications that you use on your phone. Those are mobile app developers. You could be one of them. They build for iPhone, they build for Android, they build for all those other old phones that used to exist before, like BlackBerry and all of that. So those are mobile app developers. We also have user interface designers, like I mentioned. They build UI. For them, their own goal as user interface designer, what they do is that they are responsible for creating the design of a product. What should it look like? They use tools like Figma and different kind of tools they use to be able to come up with very good interface. If you like color, you're an artist today, and your artwork maybe it's not really giving you the amount, the kind of money you want, or the kind of fulfillment you want, or maybe you're not getting so much customers. Then you can venture into UI designer. You build things with computer, build website, build interfaces, build complementary cars, and all of that. You pick good things, and then you make your money from there. Yes. And if there are even websites that you could build things on a freelance basis and they sell for you, if you go to gelato.com, that's like a website where you can build graphics and different kind of things, and they will sell on your behalf, and you get royalties for what you do. So the opportunities are there. And then there is digital marketing. Talking about digital marketers, they are responsible for raising awareness for a company's brand. Their own is making sure if they raise awareness for the brand of a particular product, generating leads. Their goal is to generate leads, and which may turn into a customer for the company in the future, for the company, for the product, for the particular project. So we have digital marketer. There are several other ones. So these are just the few ones I could mention right now. That you take back. We have embedded engineers. They work with car industry, with manufacturing industry, with medical devices industry. They build software that runs within machine, right? That run within machine. For example, the software that run within your laptop is an example. The software that run within your phone is an example. Your processing system of your phone. They build operating system of your car. What you call what's the name again in the car? They say the brain box. They build those software that run in the car that determines how your car moves. Even the driverless car, they build those software. When you have machine in a company, the machine that knows when to raise temperature, to lower temperature, the machine that is moving, the mechanical part of it, and there are also software part of it that is driving those mechanical objects. So we have those embedded designers as well. So there are so much you can do with IT career. There's so much you can do. You just need to venture into it, determine where you want to go, and choose a career path, and then you begin to go. All right? So how do you transition? Like I said, the first thing you must do is learn the skills. There are education options for career transition, which you need to understand. But you need to know that you need to learn. It starts from learning. That's why I say don't leave your job yet. Learn first. When you've got acquired the required skill and you're making the career you have chosen, then you can begin to apply for a job while you're still in that job. Because you don't want to go hungry trying to transition to another career. So don't leave yet. If you have the opportunity, if you have to leave, yes, I understand. Maybe it's toxic and all of that. But if it's not toxic, you can still cope, you can still stay there. Please stay there while you're doing it. Just prioritize. At that time, you want to forget about going on hangout and all of those things. You just want to go on hangout for the purpose of your career move, not for you to go and celebrate, enjoy with friends. At that time, you want to keep people at bay so that you can have time for yourself to learn. It's very important you learn. And you could start, you could go for a computer science degree part time programs. You go for, you have a degree already, or you have a diploma, you have a master's, you could go for a computer science degree, you could go for a postgraduate diploma in computer science, just some degree in computer science. That will give you fundamentals. And, good enough today, all the universities curriculum are changing to reflect what is obtainable in the industry. So it's going to be a very good advantage for you. That is one, you could go for a degree. And if you don't have the capability to go for a degree, self-teaching is there. You can tinker with your laptop, buy a laptop, or you have a laptop, you get a laptop, get once you have gotten those, the job you want to do, the area you want to focus on, start teaching yourself. Self-taught. I self-taught myself into IT. Yes, I did computer science, but computer science without practical. So all my practicals were done by myself. It was self-taught. And then there was not so much internet in Africa. So I had to, get CDs, get books, download from the internet, from cafes, from everywhere I had the opportunity to download. And I set up myself. I set myself in PHP 10, in ASP, classic ASP. I also set up myself. And it becomes useful for me today. Even when I started I set up myself C++, and all the likes. Right? So self-taught is very, very good. It will really go a long way in helping you. So teach yourself. It will be sometimes self-taught may have disadvantages. The fact that you may not know the fundamentals. That's why it's good to do some training. And if you go online, like Udemy, Pluralsight, Udacity, and all of those, e-learning platform, even LinkedIn Learning, you can also go there. You'll be able to see courses, free courses. W3 School. I mean, it's a very good place to start. W3school.com. You'll learn, Java, JavaScript, HTML, C Sharp, C++, C, different languages. I mean, the fundamental. And you can also learn fundamentals of computer too, as well. So you understand when you talk about memory, when you talk about the RAM, this, that, the processor, and all of that. You understand what you're talking about. The time, the clock in the computer, how does it work, the kind of databases that exist. You can learn all of that from W3 School, w3school.com. So you can check it out. You can learn. So apart from learning that, you can also get hands-on experience. Coding boot camps, for example. I mean, there are boot camps that exist across the world, not only physical, but most of them are online. So all you need is just some internet time that you can put together, and you can go ahead and learn coding from boot camps. And it's not only coding that they do boot camps for. They do boot camps for project management. There are boot camps for product management. There are boot camps for technical writing. So just search online. I can tell you there are several of them, and you could lay your hand on join the boot camp. Some is free. Some you have to pay some stipends. But there is nothing that is not worth paying for you to get into your career. So go ahead, join a boot camp and learn. It's very important learning. The final thing I would like to say, which company also look out for, is your certification. No, I didn't say degree now. Degree is good, but certification. So that certification shows that you are a master in that particular thing. For example, you've gone for a boot camp or you've done some self-taught, you want to go into product management. Get some certification in product management. Yes, it will really go a long way in boosting your chances of landing your next job. And not just anyhow job, but a very good job. Because, for example, maybe you're a project manager, you've learned Six Sigma, or you've learned project management, PMP, and all of that. It goes a long way. And project management professional, it goes a long way to really, or high tail, if you are a service engineer or a service or operations person, you've gone through ITIL, you have IT certification, and that stays on your CV. It goes a long way in getting you that job. So getting certified is also good. I have some certifications. I don't really put too much effort on certification, really, but I still have some. I have ITIL, I have some project management professional certification, I have certification on databases, I have certification on even in some areas that you won't think I have certification. In fintech, I have some certification in fintech, I have some certifications in telecoms, because I've a telecoms experience before. I mean, from a university, I have certification from a university on a particular type of equipment. So you could have certification. It's very important. It's very good. It goes a long way to really help you. I've had to do in ethical hacking as well, web web application filtering and security. Yeah. So go ahead, get some certification. It will also help you. So number four, learn the skill. Education options are very numerous. So pick one. I told you about computer science, getting a degree. Told you about self-taught teaching yourself. I'll give you an example. There's a lady that I once met in Nigeria. She was working the bank, working as a marketer, and she got tired of the kind of work she did. She was earning good salary, but she was not getting fulfilled. And what did she do? She decided to resign, stayed at home for 6 months, and learned coding on Pluralsight, I think, or Udemy. And after 6 months, she got an internship. Getting the internship, that was when she was working with the company I was working for. She came in as an internship as a front-end engineer. Within the company, she also learned DevOps, and today she's very good in front-end engineering, and she's also very good in DevOps. So she's a front-end developer, she's also a DevOps engineer, and she's going far and far. And while she was doing this, she has a baby. She was taking care of the baby and doing that learning. So self-taught can always be very fantastic. She learned computer science from school, so it's much more easier for her. But then anybody can still do it. All right, thank you. So the next thing we need to do as step 5 to transition to IT career is you need to showcase your knowledge, build your presence. Don't stay at the back. Like I said, the lady I talked about came looking for a place to do internship, where she knows she will not earn any salary. That was what she tried to do. She put herself out there. So when you have built all of those knowledge, you need to put yourself out there. And like I've explained before, you need to have maybe a personal website. You can build a personal website that shows your picture, shows what projects you have worked on, you list out your project, your learning, your certifications you've gotten from all those online platforms. You put all of them there. You put, how did you do it? What score did you get? Those are the things that project who you really are. You put them on your personal website. It's very key. And like I said, you don't need to start building a personal website from scratch. LinkedIn is an example. You build a LinkedIn page. A LinkedIn account is already a LinkedIn page. It's a personal website to you. You build yourself. You put everything where you want it. Your career, your educational experience, your projects you have worked on, and all of that. This is an example of what you can do. And you have a personal website. You can also have a blog to share your skill set. You can create a blog. LinkedIn also gives you that opportunity. On your LinkedIn page, you can also share things about you, and your friends, your colleagues can like it, can reshare it if you have good content. So having a blog that showcases your skill set, your passion is also very good. And LinkedIn is a place to also do that. There are other blogging platforms. You could use Medium, is there, and medium.io or medium.com. You could use Medium, you could publish things on Medium and still put the link on your LinkedIn. Yeah, you could also share your thoughts in other platforms as well. Not just, and also you could also contribute and build e-learning, e-learning materials that you could also sell on Udacity, Udemy, Pluralsight, and all the like. You could also do that. But put yourself out there. What you have learned, let people know what you have learned, let people know your skill set. Then complete projects. It's very good. Companies do stuff for that. There are many coding project ideas online, on the internet, that can give you hands-on experience and help you practice your skill. Check out for them. Go on GitHub, contribute to projects. GitHub.com. Yes, go there. Search for project. One you have interest in, contribute to it. Go to question, go to maybe coding skill or whatever, go to all those places, project skill and all of that. Look for questions, projects that is going on that you could take and build. It may not be useful. You may not need to do it for anybody, but you're doing it, you're putting it out there in your page. People will see that you have done this. They look at the way you've written your document. They look at the way you've written your code. They look at the way you have done your presentation. And so this is fantastic. So complete projects and put it out there. Then finally build a portfolio. Build a portfolio for yourself. A portfolio of all your projects that you have done. Put it out there. It's very important. So you need to showcase, share the knowledge that you have gained, build your presence, build a brand for yourself. It's very important. That's how you transition into IT career. And then finally, two things. Number one, build your network. Network. Talk to people who have the job that you want. You want to be a developer? Talk to a developer, or a software architect, or a senior software engineer. Someone who deals with software, not someone who sells software, not someone who supports software. But do you want to be a developer? Talk to somebody who have built software. They will share experience with you. They will connect you. They will link you up. Consider getting a mentor. It's very important. Be willing to pay for the mentor if it's required. Yes, be willing to pay for the mentorship if it's required. It's very important. Get a mentor. Speak to people. And how do you pay? You don't only have to pay with money. You could also pay with, working for them free. Oh, you have this to do. Can I help you to do it? I can do it. It gives you the requirements and you deliver. It gets interested. You say, that guy is good. I need to connect him. So get a mentor. Be willing to pay for the mentorship period time you could have. Yes. And then that's building your network. Then finally, prepare for the job search. Step number 7, prepare for the job search. It's very important. Don't wait. Go ahead and prepare for the job search. It's very important you prepare. Yeah. Don't just go ahead and start searching. You need to be very intentional about which location, the job you're looking for, which company. Is it a big company or a small company? See, a startup, it's easier many times to enter into a startup within your jurisdiction than for you to enter into, apologies please, than for you to enter into a startup that is very far away. Yeah. Than to enter into a startup that is somewhere. So do job search, locate the job, search in a proper context. Are you trying to get a job in another jurisdiction? You need to also check out for what's their requirement. Because they have a different requirement. And you can also work online, remote, 100% remote. There are so many websites that provide remote job. We work remotely. There are so many. Just check remote jobs online and you will see website. And you will get jobs that you can work from where you are at the moment. And so, go back again. In summary, I give you 7 steps you must take to transition to IT. But before those 7 steps, I told you, you don't necessarily need a tech degree to transition to a tech career. All you need is your experience. And what must you do to be able to transition to tech career? Prepare for the change. Understand your environment and prepare for the change. Number 2, you have to research into the tech industry. Research. Do some research. Understand that there are technical jobs and there are non-technical jobs. So you could pick in any of the direction and you could combine. Number 3, you have to choose a career. You pick a career that you want to go into, maybe as a web developer, a data scientist, mobile app developer, embedded engineer, UI designer, digital marketer, project manager, and all of the like. Then you have to learn the skill of that particular job you have picked, particular area you are focusing. So you could be sector, you could go for a degree, you could have some experience, boot camps, you could get certification. It's very key. And then number 5, you have to showcase your knowledge. Build a brand for yourself, build an online portfolio. You need to complete projects to be able to build a good portfolio. So complete projects. Check online for projects that you can lay your hand on, that you can do, websites you can build, maybe projects you can work on. As a programmer, for example, as a data scientist, for example, check online and build a portfolio for yourself, an online person. And I tell you, LinkedIn is a place to go to do that. You can do all of what I mentioned: websites, blog, projects, and portfolio, everything on LinkedIn, and just get up. Then I said, number 6, you need to build your network. You have to network with people. And I said, very important, consider paying for a mentorship session. Consider paying for mentorship session. And finally, prepare for the job search. Thank you. Please share this video. Let it go out there so people can take advantage of it. Please share. Follow me on Facebook here. Please like the video. like the page, follow me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me in all the various channels displayed here. Thank you.